One buko has over 36 minerals.
Can you imagine?
Mm-hmm.
One
That's
buko.
right.
One buko. We're made out of over 70 minerals, and the buko almost has half of it.
Can you imagine that?
It is absolutely mind-boggling why people just don't go spend 28 pesos and drink it and eat the meat, because the buko is actually a complete meal.
Mm.
The meat of the buko, it's got the right amount of fat, the right amount of protein, carbohydrate. It's totally balanced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are coconuts good for you or what? Are they
Yeah.
good or bad?
It's
Some people
good,
say
definitely.
It's like bad, right? Lately,
Well, yeah.
it's kind of funny, but I was shocked, especially like virgin coconut oil.
Yeah.
We're full of it, right? Like
Oh,
in the
yeah.
Philippines.
Mhm.
It's very-
Philippines is the king of virgin coconut oil worldwide.
If every house in the Philippines will have that virgin coconut oil, they don't need any medicine.
That's correct.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
To our OFWs over there,
That's right.
take some.
Take it.
Take it.
Oh yes.
Fill your homes
Yeah.
with it so you
Yeah.
don't worry about your families when they're
Yeah.
here.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely right. Actually, that should be in every mom's purse, a small bottle
Yeah.
of virgin coconut oil, because that's actually for first aid. If you have a cut, an infection, dry eyes, sore, whatever, stinky armpits, stinky feet. I mean, it's antibacterial, antifungal, anti-parasite. It is the best.
Mm-hmm.
It even stops bleeding, by the way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a living proof of that.
Okay, why? I know your story.
Well,
Let's tell them their story.
Yeah, well, when I was 9 years old, I actually got burnt 90% of my body. And my grandmother used gata, coconut milk, fresh, no water added, and they soaked my bandages in it, and that's what they wrapped my body. They did it twice a day. And my skin looks good. I don't look I don't
You look like
burned.
Gata.
Yeah, I'm very white. It's really unbelievable. If somebody was to walk up to me and said, coconut milk or VCO is bad for you, I go, would you like to see the evidence? Because I'm a living, walking, talking person of that.
Mm-hmm.
So when we talk about virgin coconut oil, it is a medicine in a bottle.
Drugstore in a
It's a
bottle.
drugstore, the ultimate drugstore. Our
Yes.
clinic, we cannot operate our clinic without virgin coconut. It's absolutely crazy to be even open without virgin coconut oil. We have to have it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a fact.
right. In the Philippines pa, that it's so full of it.
Actually, you know what? The Philippines in the first quarter of 2017, you exported over $450 million worth of virgin coconut oil to the world.
To the world!
To the
Guys,
world.
are you listening? Okay, listen to
In
this.
Europe, they call it
Guys.
coconut butter.
Coconut butter. That's
Yeah.
right.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in the where the butter is. So
Yeah.
the coconut butter. Coconut oil is called.
I
Yeah.
remember not so long ago, this is like early 2000. In Spain, I remember I told you,
Yeah,
Doc,
yeah.
I put
Uh-huh.
virgin coconut oil in all over my
Okay.
face, my body, or whatever. And they wondered what it was.
Uh-huh.
Come on.
Yeah.
The smell, the look.
What are you putting? What's that? I'm drinking it, put it, and then they're like, I go, it's really healthy for you.
Yeah.
They never had it. But then most recently, maybe up to 2-3 years ago, suddenly I'm seeing organic stores in
Oh, yeah.
Spain
Yeah.
with virgin coconut
Yes,
oil.
that's-
And they're taking it.
Actually, the European market is one of the latest emerging countries that's really, as far as virgin coconut oil goes, they're very interested in it because
Mhm.
they're starting to wake up to it. Virgin coconut oil is a medium chain fatty acid. So what does that mean, right? Oh, that's too scientific. Basically, what it means is it doesn't oxidize at extreme high heat. All oil oxidize. But virgin coconut oil is basically the one that sustains its ability to maintain all its healing effects at high heat. So that's a medium chain fatty acid which is made available to the body for energy. So it's amazing. It's just absolutely amazing. If you're really into a fitness buff, a few years ago, about 20 years ago, they were into MCT. MCT oil. Well, guess what? Virgin coconut oil has a lot of that. So if you're an athlete or a competitive person, this is should be part of your number one, your diet. You know, that girl that had that problem you were talking about earlier, if she just bought a bottle of virgin coconut oil, to be honest with you, she'll be fine. Just the other day, I had a patient, diabetic patient. We let her fast it. She's been diabetes for 15 years, been on all kinds of medication. Stopped all of her medication. Fasted her for 13 hours. The morning of the blood testing, she took a tablespoon of VCO. 1 tablespoon. For 13 hours, she didn't feel dizzy, no blurry vision, no temperature rise or drop, and we checked her blood sugar 13 hours later. It's 102. That is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
She's 68 years old.
That's good. That's good.
Then the virgin coconut oil does that.
Well, if you want to prevent Alzheimer's, you know, you take that.
Really?
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And it's not expensive.
That's true. That's true. Correct.
See, this is what I really would want our doctors to share today. That's why I also asked them to come.
Yeah.
Is because, again, our Filipino families that deserve so much, you know, in terms of health, but cannot afford.
Yeah.
Right.
Right? Cannot afford to go to a first class hospital or whatever.
Well,
right?
whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it. Or even our OFWs. I said there are means and ways.
All natural.
All natural. That is
I grew up with it.
Right. And it's so abundant in our country.
Yes.
I remember going to the hospital, growing up, huh? 1, because I fell off my bike, dislocated my left elbow. 2, when I got burnt. When I mean the hospital, I mean confined, right? That's about it.
Yeah.
Other than that, it was all natural. If we had a, diarrhea problem, our grandmother showed us all the plants outside, and it took about 30 minutes. We're done.
Right. And I think maybe there's like a significance to how, like my parents are so old school also, and my grandparents were also. And they were like, the last resort is always to go to the...
Right. And it should be like that.
It should be like that.
The last resort.
People call us, nowadays the term is alternative medicine. No, we're primary.
Yeah.
Well, we need to understand, and we need to tell the rest of our brethren out there in the world, go to the plants first. If you have to cut it off, or what we call trauma medicine, that's the ER, that's the guys at the hospital, then go to them last. But what's happening now is they go to them and then they come to us.
And what we always say to our patients, right? The cure is in your kitchen.
Yeah.
Because people will always go, let's go to the drugstore. No, you go to your kitchen.
Go get some salt.
Yeah, or garlic, or ginger, water. It's there. Yeah.
That's true. I take garlic. I remember one time I met this foreigner long time ago, and he says, I take garlic every day. And I remember looking at him saying, what? What's so happening? That's so
garlic is antibacterial.
Yeah.
It's powerful.
Yeah.
Some people go, man, I just don't want to smell like I'm like that kimchi smell, man. Nothing wrong with kimchi. Kimchi is really healthy for you.
Probiotic.
Yes. It's absolutely healthy.
Right.
Yeah. A long time ago, old timers, they said, we like fermented stuff. When you ferment things, you grow good bacteria. And that's the other thing we should be talking about is good bacteria. When you take antibiotics, that's basically the gut bomb right there. You throw the bomb in there, and then everybody's wiped out. Friend or foe, they're all gone. And so, basically, you start going through a gas stage. You just start gassing. Well, because they're all dead. Basically, what you really need is a lot of good bacteria or probiotic.
Here in the Philippines, like achara.
Yeah.
Is that a probiotic?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fermented. Yeah, you ferment it.
Like
Yeah.
puro stuff. That's
Yes, oh
probiotic.
yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome. And we make it in our kitchen.
That's
you
true.
said.
That's cool. That's true.
Yeah.
I want to make sure that we really understand, because there's two types of medicine here. We are definitely not medical doctors. We don't want to be. I really don't want to be one. We're naturopathics. So what does that mean? You know, if you fall down, you get hurt, go to the ER. We can't put a leaf on it.
Okay.
All right, not going to happen. Go to the ER. Let the trauma medicine guys take care of that. When you're done, come over. We'll take care of the rest.
Okay.
You know, because there's like this rift, like, hey, you natural guys, you know, like, no, man, we actually complement each other. Right? So it's like you fall down, you had a cut or something, man, go to the ER, man. Those guys are really good at it. You know, that's why they spend many years, like, all right, let's, you know, fix this, sew it up, you know, suture that. That's just their specialty. But if you really want to get healthy, come and see us. If you want that extended life, come and see us.
Yeah.
You know, when you get in your 80s, I mean, my grandmother, that woman basically had dinner with us, went to bed, and never woke up. And she was in her 90s.
Yeah.
I mean, that was pretty awesome, you know?
That's how I would want to
She died in her sleep.
Yeah.
You know, both grandmothers, you know, they both went like that, and they were all natural ladies. When I say all natural, man, they see a little herb here, a little herb there, they put it together. Oh, kids, take this, you'll be fine, you know. And that really was how I saw the life should be. So, but nowadays everything is a microwave society.
Yeah. See, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like everything, including
Impulse
what you put in
control.
your, you know, what you eat.
Before, I remember our snack or merienda is kamote
Yeah.
or banana or corn. Now kids, their merienda is like, let's go.
What's the name of that corn? What do you guys call it? Corn things now. The little chips. Cornets.
Cornix?
Cornets. Yours back then was corn on the cob. Now it's cornets in the bag. Cornix in the bag, right? Well, you know, I'm not gonna say anything about that, but I'll tell you what. I'll rather pick the corn. I'd rather pick the corn than pick that one. You know.
Okay. Yeah.
Because that's what kids are doing nowadays. You know.
Yeah.
But who knows what's in there?
It's really much healthier. And
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
That used to be like merienda.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Right? And now it's fast. Whatever's fast.
that's true.
Yeah.
In our car, we carry saba.
Really?
Yeah, boiled saba or saba uncooked. It's you could have Louis Vuitton with the saba, you know. Pull a saba out of that thing, and you know.
But saba's really good, right?
It is.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
actually the most healthiest banana
Really?
of all the bananas. Saba looks kind of ugly, but it doesn't look like a
Yeah.
lakadan
Yeah, yeah.
or ladondan, but or a senorita. What do you call a
Yeah,
senorita?
that's a small
Yes,
one.
yes.
Yeah. The saba is like, dude, that thing's just fat.
Right.
And it's really nutritious. It's probably the nutritious banana of all the banana varieties.
Okay, for your last message, like what would you like to tell all our listeners and viewers? I like the part where you said you want to be healthy, come to us. You know?
Right.
Primary care is really good.
We'll put it this way. Listen, your health is not an expense. It's an investment.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like last night, you were talking about it. You know, what were you saying? Health is what? Health is wealth.
Yeah.
I mean, people are like, that's like a cliche, man. But that's the truth. You know, some guys say, you know what, man? You know, the good Lord will take me. You know, he'll take me now. Actually, for if you're listening out there, everybody, this is an instruction from the manufacturer or maker. It says the highest heavens belongs to God, but the earth is ours. So we're in a hurry to run to heaven. Matter of fact, he's telling us, stay here. He's telling us to stay here, stay healthy. By the way, that's Psalms 115:16, if you want to look it up. Heaven belongs to God, earth is ours. It means everything we need, all the food and all the medicine, he's already created for us to stay here, stay healthy. We don't need to run to heaven. It says, it's his. Earth is ours.
And we will define health.
Yeah.
Health is the active participation of spiritual,
Right.
physical, and social well-being.
Correct.
So
Has
we,
to be
yeah,
whole.
yeah, as a whole. I always believe that if you have a relationship with the Lord, you know, even though how stressful your life is,
Right.
you have the Lord to pray.
That's
you know,
right.
you pray, and you know that you have a faith. You have faith that you know it will be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very important.
Mm.
I'd like the part that you say your physical, your spiritual, and
Social well-being.
Yeah.
social will
You need the fellowship.
Yeah.
You need the fellowship. You know, it came in it came in the Constitution, the Bible. It says, "Do not forget the getting together." You need to fellowship.
Mhm,
You have to.
Yeah.
And if you're married, make sure you really fellowship.
Mhm.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And of course, what should we be looking out for when we choose our food?
Key thing, as far as nutrition is concerned, we got to make sure that we get those minerals. You really got to make sure that your food has. When we say nutrition, we're talking about minerals here, guys. So we'll break it down, right? The body is 75% water, 20% fat. Now here's the part that really just knocks people out, right? The macronutrients, right? You get that's 20% fat, carbohydrates, and protein. The 5% is what I call worms or maggots, or it's probiotics.
Oh.
Yeah, it's probiotics. But then you got to take that 5% and you really got to make sure that the good ones are higher than the bad ones. It's 10-to-1 ratio. You can never really wipe out the bad guys, right? It just keeps things in balance. That's the way God created it. So that's it. 75%, 20% fat, carbohydrate, and protein, and then your 5% is basically your good and bad bacteria. That's it.
Mhm.
Keep it simple like that. But you need minerals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bottom line,
Always
you need
eat
minerals.
the natural food.
Yeah,
If it's not natural, I won't say you don't eat it, but minimize on it.
right.
Minimum.
Yeah, the processed food and everything.
And for our parents, like watch out, right? What we feed also our family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I know everyone's so busy, fast-paced life,
Mhm.
but you know, we still can choose.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
We still can choose.
You know, somebody asked me last night, they said, "Hey, Doc, how about vegetarianism?"
Yeah. How about that?
Yeah, and I said,
Yeah,
you
'cause
know,
sometimes when you kind of think that when you talk about natural medicine, it's related to being vegetarian.
right.
People think that.
That's automatically when they go natural. They go, "I'm going all out plants and trees, man. Forget the eggs and the beef and the chickens and the birds, the poultry. That's out the window." That is not true. Actually, one of the big issues with being a vegetarian is not being able to process your food. Right? You need B12, and the irony about it is B12 comes from basically eggs, fish, beef, chickens, and you need that.
Right.
Or your vegetables will be sayang,
Yeah.
Mhm.
right? So I mean,
like you're eating the vegetables, but it's not supplemented by like because of the B12.
you can't absorb.
You can't absorb.
Can't absorb. You need the B12. It's a key component.
That's why you have tinola.
Right
Mhm.
It's as simple as that. You have the chicken with the vegetables.
Yeah.
there, and the malunggay is really, really good for you.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's really simple, right? We can't eat dirt, right? Somebody just say, "Well, why don't we just eat the dirt?" Well, man, there's a lot of microorganisms there, and you might have a problem. But you know, we eat the medium. If you're a vegetarian, you eat the grass or what we call veggies, or if you're carnivorous, you eat the beef. Well, you know, cows are pretty healthy. They know which ones to eat.
Yeah.
Right? Well, you got to look at, you know, society is going so fast now that they're feeding animals all kinds of hormones.
Right. Right.
So this
Yeah.
whole issue with grass-fed, right? And then once again, you know, I'm happy to say this because everybody's promoting, you know, New Zealand beef is so good because it's grass-fed, right? Here in the Philippines, you got cows out in the field, maybe like 5 hens a cow, you know, 10, 20. And they're in the field and they're eating grass, right?
Yeah.
So we don't need, in other words, we don't need to go for New Zealand.
No, the beef in this country is
Yes.
awesome. They're out there eating natural grass. That's a little secret that just got let out today. So that's why the bulalo is good here.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's really, they're out there eating natural grown
Yeah,
grass.
it's true,
Mhm.
right? Yeah.
I mean, you ever seen it when you drive in the province and you look in the field and like maybe like 10 cows,
Yeah.
right? You don't see like 5,000 of them, man. There's like maybe 50 if you're really okay.
Mm-hmm.
But they're like 5, 10, like, all right, hey, man. And then the family would sell a cow for needs of the family, right? Because they sell one. I mean, I go to the mornings, I go to the markets, and I see how they, do the beef, and I go, wow, that's a fresh beef. So if you're an OFW, you're abroad, don't waste your money on New Zealand cow. You come home and you buy your own local cow. Because it's really good.
Okay, where's your clinic located at?
It's in Tomas Morato area, Scout Tuason Street, FSS 1 building, Unit 402.
Okay.
Our phone number is 376-4486. 376-4486.
Okay.
The name of the clinic is Nature's Clinic.
Nature's Clinic. Okay, thank you so much for being on the
Thank you
show.
for having us.
Thank you for having
We're
us.
happy.
So, to all our listeners and viewers out there, need to go and take care of your health.
Yeah.
Go see Dr. Tony and Dr. Vivian next.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. This has been another episode of Education Radio here on DZRJ 810 AM, the voice of the Philippines. Hasta luego, everyone.
Karaniwang hindi napapansin, ngunit kailangan sa pang-araw-araw na pamumuhay. Education Radio. Tara na, makipagtalakayan at matuto kasama si Pia Morato. Education Radio. Tuwing Sabado alas 9 hanggang alas 10 ng umaga. Dito lang sa DZRJ 810 AM. 8Try Media. Ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino. Ito ang DZRJ 810 AM 8Try Media, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino.
Isang panawagan mula po sa Be Fresh. Sama-sama tayong Pilipino. Be Fresh, sigaw ng bayan. Be Fresh, malamig sa bibig. Be Fresh, presko sa hininga. Kapayapaan, ibigay natin sa kapwa. Sa kalayaan, sabay-sabay nating abutin ng respeto at paggalang sa tao. Ang ating kailangan. Be Fresh, sigaw ng bayan. Be Fresh, malamig sa bibig. Be Fresh, presko sa hininga. Be Fresh, kapayapaan. Be Fresh.
Refresh, sigaw ng bayan, kapayapaan.
Ating alamin at unawain ang Executive Order No. 26 o ang Nationwide Smoke